right. Okay. Looks like we are live. Green lights on. Green lights on. Mic check. 1, 2. Working. Garrett. He's here. He's alive. He's a human. He's working. We're all working. Welcome to the Naked and Famous Denim. It's not really the week. This is not a weekly live stream edition because usually those are on Fridays. It's a special edition. It's Wednesday, January 18th. I'm trying to make up for the fact that we didn't have a live stream last Friday because I was in the middle of flying internationally. I was on an airplane. And this coming Friday, there probably won't be a live stream either unless I can somehow figure out how to do that from France with... Anyways, the likelihood of a live stream next week is very, very low. So we're just doing one midweek here right now just to, carry things over, get you guys the information that you need, some new previews that I promised to show you guys. So we've got some of that in store, but we will have our regularly scheduled live stream, I believe we'll have it for the 3rd. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll get to that when we get there. But everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's good to see some familiar faces here in the crowd. Sebastian Pelche. Oh snap! Midweek stream. That's it. Midweek, midday. I know most of you are probably at work or something, but you might be able to catch this. I'm sure some of you will catch it later on.
It's almost lunchtime on the West Coast.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So anyways, everybody who's tuning in right now, joining us, thank you very much. KMX tuning in from Calgary, Alberta, fading my Chinese New Year ox. Fantastic. We got a new Chinese New Year gene coming out in just a couple of weeks. I think 2 weeks from now. Well, about 2 weeks and a bit from now, but that's coming real soon. But today we wanted to talk about a few things. Firstly, we'll talk about MIJ 10, which is coming out on Friday. So we've got a couple of those here to show off. Do you have the original faded one? Mm-hmm. You do. Good. And then, because I know everybody's been waiting, I got the whole JOJO collection here. Everyone here, we will show it off. And then I'm going to have to wrap it up real quick. It's going to be not a very, very long live stream today. I know I'm already wasting time chatting too much, but I got to get on an airplane. I got to go to Paris, France. We're going to do our first trade show in Europe in over 2 years. So, we're back. We're back on the grind. International player.
The circuit.
That's it. So, Garrett, why don't you start us off with MIJ 10?
Okay. Well, first of all, I've been wearing them actually for the past little while. So these came in, and as soon as they came in the door, I bought a pair because I've been eyeing these guys ever since I saw the sample. Right. Brandon's like, you want to see something cool? And whenever he has something cool, he'd be like, come in, watch. He's like, hey, you want to see something cool? And I'm like, yeah. So I go in the showroom. He shows me the sample, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, these are good.
Right.
And so anyways, as soon as they came in, I got a pair for myself because I knew that I wanted to be fading these. So that's what I've been doing. Mm-hmm. But anyways,
we got them just before Christmas.
Before Christmas, yeah.
A bunch of our retail partners already have them for sale. So if you're looking for them right now, which you can definitely go and get them, on nakedandfamousdenim.com, we've got a blog post. It has the full retailer availability listing. On Tate and Yoko and Naked and Famous Denim NYC, we're going to have them available this Friday. Mm-hmm. So anyways, that's that.
Yeah. And we'll have more details. We'll talk about that a little bit later. There's a few things I want to talk about the release.
Sure.
But anyways, let's take a look at the jeans. So here they are. Nice and fresh in the bag. Straight from Japan.
That's true. Plasticky smelling.
Yeah. People sometimes... It's funny because we always say MIJ, mm-hmm. but I think a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means.
Right.
So it means made in Japan.
Yeah.
So I always try to, clarify that.
Yeah. Our MIJ series is separate from the mainline collection, separate from the seasonal collection. It is its own thing. This is the 10th iteration of our MIJ.
Iteration. So this is, the MIJ 10. It's got all the standard details that you'd see on the other MIJ jeans. So you got the special Japanese patch.
The flower of carnage.
Can you read that?
It says Naked and Famous Denim.
I know, but can you read it in Japanese?
Yeah, Naked and Famous Denim. It's katakana, bro.
Brandon does it with a accent.
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm not going to do that.
And then we got the not maple leaf, right? The Japanese maple leaf, or not the Canadian maple leaf. Japanese maple leaf on the back. Of course, the MIJ flasher. It's hard to see on here, but we have the raised belt loops. That's a really cool little detail that we don't have on our other jeans. I really love the two-tone stitching.
Yeah.
People probably don't maybe notice that as much, but that's just, that extra little,
Gives a little extra flair. And I tend to feel that it gives, where you have the two-tone stitching, it tends to give it a more of a 3D look. So it kind of just raises it up because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, I don't know, I see how it kind of like goes over the edge here. I love how this detail is here, but then sometimes it kind of like rips later.
Well, it goes over, the way that the pocket is constructed here does it like that because this is it has hidden rivets.
Yeah.
So the way that the sewing is done is that like that part is done first and then they fold the flap over so that you have
there's
the
hidden rivets on the inside. Of course, 100% copper. There's the regular rivets.
Yeah.
And it has the peekaboo selvage, so you see it poking out there just a little bit on the edge, but you can always flip it up, which I love that. I like the, kind of the classic style.
Juan Escalante with the comment, I'm not going to do that. It's the accent thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets it.
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
We got the iron buttons. So if you stick a magnet to them, it's going to stick. These are going to rust nicely. Do you have the rusted one around here? Yeah. So... And these just feel solid. Like, it's hard to describe the difference, but when you're buttoning them up, you definitely notice the difference. I really like this detail. You also have slightly different stitching on the inside. We have Selvedge.
So you can see
there's the difference.
This is the rusted button versus the new button. So you can see that the hardware will patina and fade just like the denim will. So I think that's just a fun detail, especially for you have your raw jeans, and we all enjoy like the aging process of everything. But when the hardware also fades, I think that's a very special
And then the
detail.
copper rivets are gonna kind of like rust to a greenish. Like, you ever see an old church and it's got the green roof?
Yeah.
That's because it's copper. It's gonna basically do the same thing on your rivets, which is really neat. And also you can see like the little bit of the fabric poking through. I don't know. I just love all the little details on here. We have the selvage on the inside of the fly, which is very cool. What else do we have here am I missing anything?
Micro busted out seam.
Right, yeah. So the selvage has the micro busted out seam, so it's a little bit narrower. It's got that classic red, white, and blue there. And
not blue,
well,
red and white.
The
Well,
blue, it's the indigo.
Okay,
so
I guess that's true.
it is blue. And chain stitch. One thing also, like, I haven't mentioned that these are unsanforized and tempe treated. So they're not going to shrink on you like a regular unsanforized jean would, but you get all of the cool parts of having an unsanforized jean without the hassle of sizing in that.
I mean, we basically like soaked and dried them for you. So we got rid of the shrink. The starch mostly remained. Like, I was explaining to a customer today who was in the store, like the difference between a tempe treatment and a rinse wash. Because a rinse wash, what they'll do is they'll take the jean, they'll put it in a giant industrial sized washing machine. They wash it with water, spin it around, and then they'll take it out and then they'll put it in the dryer. But you see, the difference is when you go into that washing machine, there's a lot more water and there's a lot more agitation. And so you lose most of the starch. And also the fabric tends to soften up quite a bit because that fabric's just getting beat and just being hit by all the other jeans. And then you multiply that even more when you throw that in the dryer. So the jeans come out extra soft. When you do a tempe treatment, it's basically a soak. It shrinks the jeans, it doesn't remove very much of the starch, and then it hang dries in the sun. So it stays nice and crispy. So it still feels like a raw jean. I would say that it didn't remove all of the shrink, right? An unsanforized denim shrinks between 5 and 10%. Sanforized denim is usually between 1 and 3. So I would say that what we've done with the tempe treatment is that we've removed enough of the shrink that it gets it down to like the 1 to 3% shrinkage rate, which is what you would expect from a normal pair of jeans, which is what you could also expect from the stretch from the jeans as you wear them over time. So the shrinkage that you'll get in them afterwards is mostly going to be recoverable.
Yeah. Well, and also when I get my jeans, I usually go up one size just because I like a little bit of a looser fit. But I'll also wash my jeans in hot water and throw them in the dryer. So I have hot washed and dried these, and they shrunk a little bit, just a little bit.
You won't get a lot of shrink.
And then they stretch back out. So for these, that's my personal experience. I don't know, your washing machine might go hotter than mine, but for myself, I didn't notice too much shrinkage.
Not in Japan, it doesn't. The dryers here are much more powerful.
Yeah. And then there's one other thing. Oh yeah, leg twist. I just wanted to talk about that too. So if you've never had unsanforized jeans, or you're just new to raw denim in general, I often get emails from people and they send me a picture of their jeans saying, "Hey, these jeans are defective. The outseam is not matching up." So one of the cool things that you get when you have an unsanforized jean is that because of the bias of the twill, the whole jean wants to twist once you soak it or once it's exposed to water. So on these, you'll already see
the twist is happening.
The twist has happened. So on this one, you can see there's the Selvedge on that side.
You know, this is something I forgot to mention in the MIJ10 video about the leg twists. Now, leg twist is a result of the fabric twisting along the bias, but the reason it does that is because most modern fabrics, or fabrics that go through the sanforization process, in sanforization, there's another part of it. There's singeing and there's anti-skewing. Anti-skewing is what takes the twist out of the fabric. Basically, it like pulls the fabric out so that the stretch, the twist is gone, right? So most jeans that have gone through sanforization won't twist much. None of these processes are 100%. Just like sanforization doesn't remove all the shrink, there's still a little bit of shrink, and even anti-skewing, it doesn't remove all the twist. It removes most of the twist. So even your sanforized jeans will still twist a little bit, but unsanforized jeans will twist a lot. Yeah. So you'll get that side seam going up from the sides, and it might even come down to the middle of your leg.
Yeah, you almost get 90 degrees. Like in extreme cases, I've seen it be like the Selvedge is right on the front of your leg.
Now, this is not a defect. In fact, this is how does the saying go? It's a feature. It is a feature. Yeah. It's a sign that this is an unsanforized denim and it hasn't gone through anti-skewing. It certainly hasn't been singed, so you can see just how hairy the denim is. If you watch the MIJ10 video that I put up yesterday, I actually show off sanforization, and you can see the fire burning the fabric. And that's why, like sanforized fabrics aren't as hairy as unsanforized fabrics, because it literally, those extra fluffs of cotton actually literally get burned right off. But the anti-skewing, to me, is even more of a nerdy detail of like, this is, how can I say it?
What's the original?
Like the original denim,
the original
right?
way, yeah.
So the original way. So, there's one thing to show your Selvedge. In the olden days, I'm just thinking back to like when I first got into raw denim. If you saw a cuff and you saw Selvedge ID, you were like, okay, that guy knows. Right? That guy's, presumably he knows. But when you see the twisted leg, you're like, all right.
Yeah, he really knows.
That guy probably really knows.
Yeah.
So, Evan Papa George in the house. Hey, Bezad, can't wait for the Okayama Spirit release. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. We had a lot of people cheering us on for having a Wednesday stream. Well, thanks for joining us here. Pedro Cortez, oh snap, the stream is on. What's up, B and Garrett? Welcome. Okay, One Gear writes, do you have an ETA on the double dirty fade in the NYC store? It'll be there by the end of Q1 2023. So in the next, 8 to 10 weeks, should be there. Pedro Cortez, Bezad, wanted to ask you if you could start adding the size charts to future videos of jeans, even though people could email and ask for measurements. It would help for when jeans are old. Thanks. That's not a bad idea. Okay, I'll think about that. Because sometimes you get emails from folks asking like, "Oh, this is an old model."
I do get that. I mean, I would say we could do that, but also if you just happen to have a pair of jeans, just screenshot it and save it for yourself. That might be a little workaround for the meantime.
Right, that's true.
The other flip side of the coin, though, and I always tell this people email me all the time. They're like, "Oh, I have my left-hand twills. I've been wearing them for years." That's a bad example, but say another seasonal item.
Okay,
and they want the size chart for it, and I send them a size chart if I have it, which sometimes I do, and I say, hey, this is a size chart, but keep in mind your pair may have stretched or shrunken over time. Yeah. So you can't just necessarily go off of this old size chart and compare it to a new size chart. So I tell people, ideally you want to measure your own pair, and measure it very carefully the way we do on the measuring guide. Because if you don't do that carefully and you don't do it the way we do, it won't be accurate. But that's really the best way to get the right size.
Also, don't go by measurement guides for your jeans, because our measurements guides are kind of like an amalgamation of a bunch of, like, we'll take a couple and we'll measure them out, and then we'll kind of get an average and we'll put that as the size. So yours might be a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger on that measurement scale. So I mean, the moral of the story is always check your measurements. Look, if you want to know the measurement guide as just general information, sure. If at this point, it's a good idea. Like Garrett said, take a snapshot of it. But I mean, you can always email us, and I'll consider putting them in the video.
And also, like for the Elephant 7, we've done multiple batches, so that's one thing to remember too. Like
right.
we sometimes for seasonal things, it's not just one batch. So over time, it could have
changed a little bit. That's true. Okay, Zin Tao writes, any estimates for the Spring 2023 collection getting released on the website? The first release will be the Chinese New Year denim for the Water Rabbit. That'll be, I think, February 7th. We haven't announced it. February 3rd, probably. We haven't announced it yet, but there you have it. That's why you tune into these live streams. Okay, I want to show a few more things of the MIJ10, then I want to get into the main event. So, anyways, I've got this faded pair of MIJ10s, which is kind of like a midway through, but pull that one up.
Yeah.
So if you've watched the fade review for for the Okayama Spirit, you'll know just how crazy these are gonna fade. So we've got a couple of examples here. So
yeah. So you can do a
yeah,
like a before
and after. Let's do
the whole thing.
The whole thing. So you got it, I got it, and we'll have it here. So you can see it right there.
We need to move your way.
No, you gotta go that way.
No, towards you.
I gotta go this way. There we go. So you can see the evolution of this denim and how it's gonna look. So very, very interesting, very beautiful, and certainly this is why these jeans are on the map. This is why people love the Okayama Spirit. The fading potential on this denim is absolutely incredible. It's hard for me to pick, like, say which one is the best ever, but it's certainly up there, and it's certainly the reason why I brought it back for the MIJ10. It's the 10th iteration of the MIJ. It's actually the 10-year anniversary of the Okayama Spirit. This denim will come out on its own, but I'm gonna make this, for people who might miss the release or whatever, I'm gonna make this a repeated style. So this will eventually become like a core MIJ denim that we're always gonna have. This is gonna be the signature denim of the MIJ series. You guys already know, if you tuned into the last live stream, MIJ 13 has already been announced on these live streams, and that's gonna be the all black version of the MIJ 10, the Okayama Spirit. So that's coming soon. Jaren writes, what's the weight of the Okayama Spirit? This is 16 ounces. So a little bit on the heftier side, but not quite like a super heavyweight denim.
It's substantial. It's enough.
Yeah, Boring Maker writes, ever think about doing a Halloween Michael Myers jeans for the next Halloween? Yes, I've thought about it. Of course. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to go in order?
Let's go in order. Guys, you guys have waited for it. I've been waiting for it. This is actually, this is my first time handling these in person. I saw them in the box over there in the showroom. I haven't even touched them. This is my first impression of the JOJO collection. I've seen the fabrics. I've seen the leather patches, but...
Do you want me to fold the flasher?
Sure. That's the wrong... that's the right one.
Right one?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
No, I need Jonathan.
Oh, whoops.
Jonathan. So, anyways, just a second here. No, this is Jonathan. I need the Jonathan flasher.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
Oopsie daisy. Pulled out the wrong one.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
You don't have it?
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Right. They all look so similar.
Yeah.
There we go.
Here it is, guys. Jonathan Joestar, Selvedge. This is the first Joe of the JOJO collection. Anyways, that's the pocket flasher. We got it with the, the holofoil type design here. It reminds me of like, Pokemon cards, or like, I used to collect like Street Fighter cards when I was a kid, and from Japan. So we wanted to go with that kind of style and theme on it. You might, with the Dragon Ball collection, we had a holographic one, but we had the kind of the digital holofoil thing going on here. So I thought prismatic. I think it's called prismatic. Anyways, that's the pocket flasher. We've got Jonathan Joestar, 12.5 ounce. I believe it's 12.5 ounce. 14 ounce. Sorry, unsanforized, red cast, Selvedge, slubby. You can see how flamey it is. I wanted to get like a red kind of Hamon power denim, but I wanted to do something classic because it's Jonathan Joestar. He's the original. I wanted to go with original style denim, so which is why it's unsanforized. So it will shrink. We'll have the pre and post soak measurements up on the website for when you get these, and then we're gonna have that purple Selvedge ID here. You can see that right there. Hopefully the color's coming out through nicely. Killing the flasher game, best flashers in the biz. I think so.
Does this sample have the? There you
go. Yeah. So we got the pocket bags. You've got them in there. Action pose pocket bags. Printed the entire way. So a little detail for you or for whoever is lucky enough to see these pants on the floor. Perhaps your dog. I know my cat.
And show off the label too. I love the label that you did.
Oh right. Incorporating the two brands together here with the custom woven label. So this is all woven, not printed. So it's quite intricate and detailed. You can see the denim is quite loosely woven. You can see it's very loose. So 14 ounces, classic look, dark indigo denim. You got the colored pocket bags. You got the beautiful thick veg tan leather. Jonathan Joestar looking tough on there.
These look like they're gonna fade a little bit streaky.
Yes, you're gonna get a very flamey look with this denim. So that's the Jonathan Joestar denim. That's the first jean.
What's the weight on these guys?
14 ounce unsanforized red cast. So slightly red toned indigo. Warmer.
You showed the button too, right?
Oh wait, I don't think I did.
Can't forget that.
You got your Joestar button here as well. So all the buttons for the collection are going to be unique, except I think the first. Jonathan and Joseph are, I think, both stars. If I remember everything correctly. All right, so that's
number one.
That's number one. Jonathan Joestar. Okay.
Yeah, I'll trade you.
Will trade me. We got Joseph here. Next, young Joseph. Right? Okay, so 14 ounce red cast. This is the same denim, but with stretch. So I thought Joseph Joestar, we're starting to modernize a little bit. He's not as, in terms of the timeline, it's not as classic. So added the stretch to make it a little bit more updated, I guess. I also found that I don't know why, but I also consider like jovial characters and stretch to be hand in hand. So anyways, I added a little bit of stretch for that. So if you want something that's a little bit more comfort driven, we do have the Joseph Joestar option. It's the same fabric, but with a little bit of stretch. You can see I don't know if you can see, but it is a red casted indigo that's quite flamey. You can see all the different contrast hues of indigo.
These are sanforized, right?
And these are sanforized, yeah. So you don't have to worry about the shrinkage with this either. And then the Selvedge ID, green.
Yeah, I love the green.
You can see it there. Nice thick green Selvedge ID. Flip that up. Check out that leather patch. That one looks great. I love that one. And of course, all the rest of the same details. So you have the dual branded logo. You have the Joestar star. You can see it nicely there, hopefully. And then the pocket bags, the action pose pocket bags. It's hard to show that. At some point, we'll have to take some. We'll get some photos up and everything. So, anyways, you have the action pose here. There you go. So that's Joseph. So the OGs. Check out that pocket flasher. So I think it's going to be a nice looking package right there. All right, let's move on. This one, heavy hitter.
Oh yeah.
This one
be popular.
This one's going to be very popular for a lot of reasons. Okay, so Jotaro. I mean, I think this is. I don't know if this is everyone's favorite Joe.
I'd say most people.
Most people's. I think he's the most popular. It's hard to say. I mean, it's
he's definitely the coolest.
You're definitely. You're. It's like picking children in a way. I always say that. But anyway, check out that awesome pocket flasher. Check out that leather patch. That is an awesome. Wait for that to patina. It's gonna look incredible. Nice and thick also. So this denim, as many of you may know or may not know, this is a 20-ounce denim. This is actually the Elephant 7 back in JOJO form. So it's the exact same fabric with the gold, metallic gold Selvedge ID. It might not be as shiny on stream here, but metallic gold Selvedge ID, Elephant 7, 20 ounces, super heavyweight, black, big slub. You guys have seen the way that this denim has faded. I've seen so many photos of it online, on Reddit, on the Instagram. Incredible fading denim. If you want black fading denim, this is definitely not going to disappoint you. And of course, you got all those JoJo touches to go with it as well. So I'm sure you guys will be nice and happy with that. We got the custom button here, just like on his hat. You can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Is it focused? You can see it there, yeah. So we got the same insignia, and then the pocket bags. This one's even crazier.
Yeah, I love how it has a star platinum on the inside. That's so cool.
Look at that pocket bag. That one's awesome. So full on Jotaro, star platinum, looking great here, taking up the full bag. Nice hidden detail on the inside there. So that's that.
Yeah, these are insane.
These ones are gonna go. These ones are gonna go. Yeah. What more can I say? These are great. Fantastic. Jotaro. That's the third one. There's more. But wait. There's more. No Saints. Howdy, guys. I love my new raw cotton slub Selvedge. Any plans to bring that fabric back with an indigo dye? Maybe. Pedro Cortez. Man, y'all are going all out with these pocket bags. Yeah. I mean, you gotta... The full color, I think, is quite nice. And I like hidden details. So I try to load it up. I wanted to create denim that was very easy to wear. You know, with some of our previous collabs, we do the back pocket embroidery and that type of thing. I wanted to make the denim as classic as possible with just touches of JoJo details. And then the loudest detail is kind of inside, so it's it's not in your face or anything like that. It's not like so
you could wear these to work.
You could wear these to work, right?
And no one would know.
Right.
So
that's kind of my idea around the entire approach to the JoJo collection. Okay. Kazarko writes, wow, when are these going to be available? Probably Q2 2023. Q2 2023. So stay tuned. Okay.
All right, there you go.
Let's do it. Josuke up next. Look at that flasher. That's a handsome flasher. All right, look at the leather patch. Yeah. I'm just trying to pick. I don't know. I don't want to pick the best ones, but I always tried to find ones where they had a very menacing kind of battle pose, and I was always trying to find something with like a little blood in their eye.
That's why I remember you saying the blood detail.
You can see that looks quite nice on there. And so we've got this denim. Forget the weight. 12.5 ounce, so classic weight. My aim for this denim was to match Josuke's uniform. So we have dark indigo on the outside. It's an indigo is what I went with this one. The other one, I'm just trying to remember. Yes, never mind. Okay. Indigo to match the uniform. We've kind of got like this purplish Selvedge ID also to match some more of the details. Or is this indigo by black? I don't remember offhand. Yeah, sorry. Brain fart. Indigo by black to match the uniform. The other one is, I was just remembering a different detail. Contrast stitching, again, matching the uniform. So indigo on the outside, black on the inside with the contrast. Usually when you do an indigo by black, most of the time you'll see tonal thread. So anyways, it's a little less common to have a contrast thread on an indigo by black. So we've got it covered there. You got the purple Selvedge ID, which I showed.
It very much channels him. Like if he was gonna wear a pair of jeans, they'd look like this.
Oh yeah. You've got the I can't see it. The button, and then check out this pocket. This one is crazy as well.
The amount of color.
Yeah, a lot of color on that one. So we got the full-on color pocket bag here as well. So another great inside detail for you to know about, but you know, nobody else needs to know about.
I wonder how many guys are gonna like be out on the street with their friends or something, and they're like, "Hold on, let me show you my pocket."
Nobody's gonna do that. That'd be weird.
I'm sure it will happen.
Yeah, maybe if you're a big JoJo fan and you're amongst other JoJo fans, then maybe.
Yeah.
Then maybe. Okay. Let's carry on. Of course, when we release these, we'll have like in-depth, videos and blog posts and photos and all that other stuff as well. So I'm just trying to speed through this because I gotta get packed up soon. I'm already packed up. I actually just have to close my suitcase and then I gotta go to the airport. So it won't be a full-on 2-hour stream, but speed round. Giorno. These ones are sick. These ones are really beautiful. Flasher looks great. The leather patch looks awesome. Now, this denim, rigid, 12-ounce, indigo by purple. So we don't do a lot of indigo by purples, but this is definitely a very appropriate indigo by purple. I mean, we tried to match the color as perfectly as possible, and I think we nailed it. And so you've got that purplish kind of tone on the outside. The last time we did an indigo by purple was the M. Bison denim. M. Bison denim from the Street Fighter collection.
True, yeah.
So another kind of purple tone denim. Dark indigo on the outside. Under the right light, you see the purple coming through. On camera here, you can see a lot of the purple coming through. In person, it's a little bit more darker than what I can see in the video. But anyways, you guys tell me.
Yeah.
You check out that button.
No, it's definitely darker in real life.
Yeah, the contrast in this room, the color is not perfect in this room, the lighting, but anyhow. And then you have the yellow Selvedge ID, the golden yellow Selvedge ID. You guys can see that.
So for everyone at home who's wondering, are these gonna fade purple or are they gonna fade to blue?
They're gonna fade to blue with purple undertones, right? So the way your jeans fade is based off of the way that the warp yarns are dyed. So this is an indigo rope dyed warp yarn. So its center core is white with indigo layer on top. So it'll fade to white, but between the twill lines, you see the weft, and the weft obviously is dyed purple, and that's why you see the weft showing through on the front face of the fabric, because it is just between the lines. But you see all that blue that is here on the warp, that is going to fade to white. So
it's going to be similar to the Cell and the Goku.
Correct. It'll be similar in that respect. That you'll see the color coming through.
But you'll break once you break through the warps, then you'll see that purple coming through.
Yeah, we don't have a faded M. Bison around, do we?
I'll take a look.
Maybe. That might be a good idea to compare the two. Let's check out the pocket bag.
All I have is like a Goku and a Cell.
Okay. Don't worry about it then. Kazarko writes, the purple should show if you have holes or too much wear. Yeah, if you break the fabric, if you break the warp, the weft will show through, and then you will see that purple much more through the front face of the fabric. And there you have the pocket bag here as well. There you go. All right. What do you got there?
So this is the Goku
denim.
So you can see it fades to blue on the outside, but you have the orange on the inside. And then of areas with high wear, here's a small example. You'll be able to see the orange breaks through.
But you can see through the twill lines, you can see that orange coming through.
So they have a warm tint, but they're not going to fade orange. They're going to fade blue.
They'll fade blue. So that's Giorno, Giovanna. All the O's. Giovanna. And then last, but certainly not least, I think this one and Giorno were, I mean, they're all pretty good in terms of like representing in terms of color, but this one is really nice. Jolyne in the vintage blue denim. Like, number one, all the flashes are cool. The leather patch is perfect. But the color is really perfect on this one. We haven't done a vintage blue like this since like early days Naked and Famous Denim. Like this bluish aqua green. In fact, a denim just like this was the very first Naked and Famous jean I ever purchased from the very, very first collection. I thought it was, for being a raw denim nerd at that time, I'd never seen anything like that. And I was so attracted to it, I ran and I got it right away. And I think you really just don't see colors like this out there. So I hope that you guys are excited for something like this. And, you know, again, when I made the collection and I didn't want to like have the embroidery and stuff on there. So even if you're not, you know, the biggest JoJo fan in the world, or maybe this is introducing JoJo to you, this is still a jean that you can wear, right? Yeah. Because none of the details are so in your face that, you know, it screams JoJo all the way. The leather patch, you know, that's fine. And then all the details are for the most part on the inside. Of course, you do have that custom button here, there, and then we have the pocket bag.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite fabric. I know you don't like to pick favorites, but I'm going to, and I just love this. Yeah, the green cast, like aqua-y blue.
Yeah, with the yellow stitch and everything.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So hopefully you can see it there. We've got the action pose pocket bags. You've got the green Selvedge ID, which is really nice here as well. So check that one out. So color-wise, spot on. Just spot on. I really wanted to match this nicely, and I really think we did it with this denim. So that's for those running 12.5 ounce weight, 100% cotton on this one. No, wait, I feel a little stretch. Am I wrong?
If you guys have watched JoJo, well, if you haven't, I highly recommend you go watch it. But
2%
if you have,
stretch.
Put down your favorite season in the chat. I'm just curious. Like, I know my favorite season. I don't know if you know your favorite season, but I want to see what other people think as their favorite.
I like
story arc.
Like Joestar. I forget what the story arc name is.
Stardust Crusaders.
Stardust Crusaders is with Jotaro.
Jotaro,
so
yeah. That's my favorite.
Right before that one.
With like the Pillar Men and all that.
Yeah, and Whamu, and I really liked that. It was really great.
Yeah.
So yeah. Daniel Baskikov writes, Part 7 is my favorite. It hasn't been animated yet. All right.
Well,
there you go.
We'll have to see.
Will Socks, Part 2 is my favorite. Joseph is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, anyways, I still have a lot of JoJo to watch, but I do enjoy Part 2.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it, this is not an ad for Netflix, but if you have Netflix, you can go on and watch it. They have English dub, Japanese, multiple language, subtitles, everything. So, like, I've watched it in Japanese and in English. Yeah. And it's like watching almost two different shows.
It is slow to start.
Yeah.
I would say it's slow to start, but don't give up on it. It really gets good. Mm-hmm. So, there you go.
Yeah.
But instead, you guys already show off the fits. No. We're not going to show off the fits in this one. They're all going to come in Super Guy, Weird Guy, Easy Guy. So, no denim jackets. At least I didn't plan any. That doesn't mean it couldn't happen, but it's just not in the works at the moment. Okay. Daniel writes, what are the weights of each pair? I saw Jotaro is 20, but what's the lightest? I think this is the lightest at 12.5. So for Jolyne is 12.5. Josuke is 12.5.
Giorno is 12.5.
Giorno is 12.5. So a lot of regular weight stuff. I think, would we say that 14 for the other.
14 and
14 for Jonathan
14.
and Joseph.
It's
and then
unsanforized
20
14.
for Jotaro.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everybody, I'm gonna cut it here because I have to run. I'm gonna be at the airport. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I didn't have a live stream on Friday. I won't have a live stream again this Friday, but next Friday I'll be back here with Garrett. We'll do a full-on one. Subscribe to Tate and Yoko on Instagram. I'm sure Garrett will go live at some point during the week, maybe. And
whenever.
Whenever.
Yeah, make sure you turn on the notifications too, because that way, if I do go live, you'll get a notification right away. So
and you'll know about it. Okay. That's it. I'll see you guys later. I got to run. So like, share, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys very, very soon. And thanks for joining us today. Right. Bye, everyone.